Alright, a new tenant offers you thousands of dollars to prepay their rent. So how exactly should you apply it toward the lease? Get ready, because we've got the answer. This episode of American Landlord is brought to you by RealSerious.com, where property management companies, real estate agents, and landlords of any size can screen tenants 24 hours a day. So a prospective tenant approaches you with thousands of dollars up front to pay for a few months of rent in advance. For the purposes of this video, the reason doesn't really matter because you're willing to approve their application. But maybe just for context, it's because they're running a little low on their credit score, or they felt remorseful about stiffing their last landlord with the fumigation bill for their German roach rodeo, or maybe, the move hasn't been announced yet because she just found out her spouse was grinding beans with the chick from Starbucks who had a tattoo that says hot stuff, so she decided to quench her early morning thirst by grabbing a latte from their joint bank account. Reasons aside, the best way to credit prepaid rent is to apply it specifically toward the end of the lease. For example, if it's a 12-month term and the tenant has offered 3 months in advance in addition to their first and security, then you would reference in the lease or as an addendum months 10, 11, and 12 being paid already. Why toward the end? Well, this is for a couple of reasons. First, the best way for a tenant to demonstrate their ability to sustain a lease is to actually begin paying each month. Handing a landlord a lump sum of savings doesn't necessarily establish their ability to pay. It just says, hey, I've got $5,000. It could have been a gift, a car accident settlement, or a legitimate savings from the past 5 years. That's great, but can they sustain a full payment of, let's say, $1,200 each and every month? Usually, a tenant makes an offer to prepay in advance to entice a landlord into accepting a riskier application, or foregoing a personal guarantee like on a commercial lease. So it's very important to require them to start paying right away. Which brings us to the second reason why a landlord should credit prepaid rent on the back end of the lease. That is to secure it. Just in case there's a payment default or damages, you want to be able to retain those funds as long as you can. So if you applied them too early, like for months 2, 3, and 4, and the tenant defaults on month 5, you're out of luck for months 6 and 7 while you're trying to evict. But if you had the rent applied toward the end, and they defaulted early on, like month 3, you can feel secure during months 4 and 5, knowing that you've got enough to carry you through a 2-month eviction. Undoubtedly, you've heard of the common practice of collecting first, last, and security. Well, that reasoning behind why people collect last month's rent should also be applied to any prepaid rent.